Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing our last video for a little while on the Tiburon because my whole purpose was with these little videos was to get the car drivable. Maybe register it, drive it around until it gets a little closer to next rally season and hopefully no viruses. So what I'm going to do this go around is just change spark plugs, wipers, all that little jazz. So I can say it's done for now because I really kind of want to get back to her. But with that said, should be a quick video. We'll find out, yada yada. And yeah, might be some other stuff. Who knows? But let's get to it. So today, here are the sacrifices to live the rest of their life doing manual labor. Some wiper blades. Hooray. Rock Auto, cheap. Hopefully they're good enough. And here we have some NGK plugs who are just going to burn up for the rest of their life and die eventually. The number that Rock Auto said is that. And just in case, we have the middle intake manifold because it splits into two pieces. It looks like it's metal, so I'm probably not going to use it, but I'll probably keep it around. We'll see what it looks like. And with that said, I'm going to give you the quick rundown of my plan, and I will correct it as I go when I learn I'm wrong. Remove all the bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Disconnect this, undo that, disconnect the hose. Also, disconnect the ground here. Disconnect this little mount right there. Probably this too. Those are up in the air because what I might end up doing is removing all this stuff up front and disconnecting the hose there and seeing if I can flip it. But if not, I might also have to disconnect the throttle body. And I do have a spare gasket. I wasn't sure if these were metal or paper, so I did what I needed. After that, I'll simply replace the wires one by one. Oh, I forgot the other sacrifice. The other sacrifice is this wire set. Ooh. There's some part numbers, RC-XX91, whatever. So yeah, those are the victims to replace what's in there. And then we will also, we'll do a quick comparison of what the OEM spark plugs look like versus new, just as a comparison for how old they are. Anyway, I'll be back. Here we are at a quick little status check thingy. So one thing I forgot is I ordered a new PVC valve, and it is a Hyundai part from Rock Auto, and right, old, left, new. There is a lot of gunk on it. And, if anyone wants to let me know if it's just because of PVC or not. But when I took the intake off, you see that there's oil. Well, maybe you see. Fine, let's just, whatever. So yeah, there's some oil in there. I'm not looking like crap, but I know it's old. So, is that just normal? PVC goes bad or something? Because the throttle body is seeming pretty good. I mean, a little dirty, not a big deal. And really nothing there. I mean, There's a little bit of dirt, but nothing I'd count as bad. I mean, we got some cobwebs under there. But yeah, if anyone wants to let me know, you know, I could thicken up the oil if it's something I need to do, because it's still just going to be my rally car. Engine seems fine enough. But if I've got some blow-by or some shit that's sending it into the intake, I know then that the engine may not be the healthiest. I don't know. Anytime you learn something new, it's good to ask the questions. And since I've never really seen that on an NA, figure I'd ask. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work in a second. Word of advice, at least from how I like to work on things. The back of the intake is the biggest pain in the backside. Most specifically to the 3 bolts here that I think are used as a support to hold up the back of that, just in case, you know, the weight doesn't cause it to break a seal or something right here. So I'm not planning on putting at least that middle bolt back in. That was the biggest pain in the freaking backside. So I'm going to do that, the 2 outside ones, because that should be more than enough to hold up that plenum. Anyway, I'm going to clean up the plenum. Now that I've got free access to all the spark plugs, get all that crap done, and throw this thing on while I'm at it. So yeah, be back shortly. Here's another little update. Let's get out of the shadow. Well, can't fully do that. So these first 3 spark plugs are from the front bank, facing, yeah, front of the car. Let's see if I can steady this up. And then these other 3, yeah, I'm not gonna edit this too much on this part because it's good for people to see hassles. Back bank, a little bit of a diode there. Front bank, almost no diode. And this is like the first one I took out on the first bank, you know, the passenger side. Like 0 diode. So yeah, all of them look about the same. It just seems that they wore kind of differently. I mean, I kind of would have expected even, but I guess I was wrong. To be fair, this is one of the few V6s I've ever owned. Anyway, I'll get back to the grind and, you know, stop at intervals, yada yada. Be back. It is the next day. Pardon the shadow being in the way, but with that said, got the wires put in, spark plugs, they're in, and now I have to put everything back together. You know, nothing special, but yeah, we'll get this done, come back, show you the completed, which will just be what it looked like before I started, minus the blue. But yeah, let's go. And done with the tune-up. She still sounds about the same, but judging by the differences in the spark plug, she should be running better. With that said, with that all done, this needs to go to here. And with that said, next up, I think if you can kind of see, dog hair galore. My sister had a dog, so I think it's time for me to clean up the interior just a little bit. So we'll show that shortly. And here we are, a little cleaner. Can still see a crap ton of dog hair in there. I did vacuum, but apparently beagle hair just sticks right in there. Gave everything a nice little once over. Steering wheel is shot to shit, so maybe one day get that reupholstered. We'll find out. But yeah, everything's wiped down. So, yay, great. Still looks like crap on the outside, but that's paint. So yeah, next up, we're gonna do the covers. Button, almost everything up. And there we are with this little series of videos on the Tiburon. The whole purpose for this, for me anyway, was to get the maintenance items that really needed attention. There's still more, but right now I could put it around the neighborhood, things like that. So yeah, with that said, there's not going to be as many videos, at least in the upcoming. The whole goal eventually is to get this ready for stock rally, for Utah SECA rally, whatever. So I'm not really planning on changing much. I'd like to potentially go through the first season that I ever try in the stock class. Once I feel more comfortable with this stuff, then I'll start adding goodies to the car, making it a little quicker, things like that. With that said, I am planning on fiddling with the paint. Got some ideas just to try because the paint is shot. If anyone who's made it this far has any ideas how to make it look a little less ugly on the paint, feel free to give suggestions. I'll try probably a couple things, but I'm not going to worry too much about it until maybe later. So with that said, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Like, subscribe if you care. Bye-bye.